So hello my dear friends, welcome back. Welcome to your channel Cooking Astrology. First of all, I would like to thank all of you for subscribing my channel and liking my videos. Thanks a lot. So let's continue our journey, our series of planets through Navamsa Chart in Vedic Astrology. And in this particular video, let's try to understand planet Mars placement in the 11th house and what are going to be the results which are particularly associated with this placement. Let's try to understand in this particular video. The very first thing, Mars in the 11th house have the capacity to outperform. Okay, this is one of the most excellent placements as far as the Navamsa chart is concerned. Second important point, 11th house of the D-9 chart particularly represents the boosting factor. Okay, boost mean like sudden burst of energy, or you can also call it as enthusiasm which is present inside you. Whenever Mars is coming into the 11th house of the D9 chart, irrespective of its dignity, whether it's in the friendly zodiac sign or if dignity is bit compromised, Mars still have the capacity to act as a very good fighter in that particular house. Because that is also the house which shows the additional responsibilities which are going to be coming into your own life. And these are the responsibilities which are not only limited to raising a family, obtaining child, relationship, marriage. These are the responsibility towards society in general at the same time. And that is where as soon as Mars energy is going into the 11th house, after its maturity, 28th year onward, although this placement is going to be bringing lot of additional responsibilities into your own life, it may be the responsibility of your own siblings are going to be upon your shoulder, your family, your kids, everything. But still Mars have the capacity to outperform in this particular area. Secondly, 10th house of the D9 chart or the 10th house represents the perception of other people, like how other people are going to be perceiving you as a human being. 11th house represents the perception of you in your own eyes actually, like how you are going to be perceiving yourself as an individual. In the beginning stages, this Mars have to go through reckless amount of defeat actually. You can also call it as, if the watery zodiac signs are present up there, certain mental traumatic experiences. If the earth element is there, like Mars is in the earth element, certain financial setbacks are going to be there. In the fire element, some business failures can also be seen. But still, out of all these capacities, if Mars is operating single-handedly in this particular area, that have the capacity to remove all the obstructions, all the difficulties from your own life. Secondly, if the Mars is forming affliction or if some other benefic planets that are forming conjunction with this Mars, then this have the capacity to bring distractions. And that is where the independentness of the Mars, like independent operation, functioning on the independent manner, is actually getting disturbed up to very large extent. Because as soon as other planetary urjas, energy, they are attracting towards the 11th house, then the Mars will no longer be able to function in a proper manner. Because what will happen then, the complete independentness of the Mars is actually getting spoiled because of some societal norms actually. Because Mars in a very core element, it's a malefic graha. And malefic planets actually have the capacity to go against the societal norms, which is set by the society. Now, if Mars is with benefic planet, then this have the capacity to create problems. If it is with more malefic grahas, like with Saturn, then what will happen? 11th house is the combined desire of you as a couple, as a husband and wife. Okay, this 11th house represents the combined desire. Now, if the malefic concentration is getting increased, it shows materialistic desires. As a couple, maybe obtaining a home, obtaining more money, that is going to be becoming chief objective. With the benefics, it's going to be more spiritual recognition, or it's going to be more towards the spiritual desire, like we need to go towards some spiritual destinations, we need to do something for the betterment of society. So there is a core, very thin line between the benefics and malefics actually. Now, if a combination of malefic and benefic is there, it means 100% you will be able to find contentment and satisfaction. But whereas if the one energy is exceeding or it's superseding, malefic energy is exceeding, then I will tell you the main purpose and goal is going to be towards the money part. And that is where even after achieving all the monetary aspect, still I will tell you the practical utilization of that money is not going to be coming into play if more malefics are present up there. On the other hand, if for example, this Mars is forming connection with more benefic graha, Jupiter, Moon, Mercury, then what will happen? These benefics have the capacity to hold the energy of the Mars. It means Mars will not be able to outperform in that case, because benefics are going to be having lot of spiritual desires. Now it also depends from individual to individual chart how that part is going to be playing out, and it also depends over your husband or your wife kundli, because 11th house is a combined house. Okay, it's not your individual desire. Sometime have you seen after getting married, if your life partner is very spiritual, so the spiritual desire from your partner life is getting transferred into your own life. Why this is happening? It's because of that 11th house. Sometime you are yourself is a very spiritual person, but you are attracting a very materialistic person. So why this is happening? It's dependent over the 11th house. Next important point is the channelizing of urja, energy. Now if Mars is afflicted, severely afflicted with Rahu and Ketu axis, then this is going to be creating a very deadly aspect as far as the children part are concerned. I am talking about progeny, childbirth here. Because what will happen even if Mars is with Ketu or even it is with Rahu, directly opposite in the 5th house, some malefic urja is going to be there. And 5th house is the house of your own children. And that is where progeny related issues can also be connected if this Mars is forming connection with Ketu and Rahu. Mars is also the significant of blood which is flowing inside your veins. So it means there are going to be certain physical health aspects. And it's not necessarily, it's only talking about your health aspect here. It may be your spouse and life partner health, physical health aspect is actually getting spoiled because of this malefic graha coming into your own 11th house. At the same time, as soon as the childbirth is obtained, although there are going to be difficulties with Mars in the 11th, but immediately after obtaining the childbirth, Mars is going to be creating further expansion down the pathway. Expansion is not in terms of monetary, I am also talking with regards to the spiritual expansion at the same time. Because after seeking, after obtaining the lower level or the mundane things here, then Mars is actually looking for the societal things. Initially I told you, it represents the additional responsibility which you are going to be tackling in your own life. Okay, along with your kids and wife, your own family, your own siblings also. So after obtaining or achieving everything, then Mars have the capacity to then plan for the society at the same time. And I have seen many people that are working with non-profit organizations, specifically which are working with animal welfare, underprivileged people. And if the Venus is also prominent up there, it represents something with regards to women empowerment or children, underprivileged children, serving themselves or doing something for them. Then this Mars have the capacity to deviate its energy into the other form. But somehow I will tell you, if the deviation of energy is not going to be there, it means there is going to be some affliction of the Mars. If not present in the D9 chart, then you need to check into the D1 chart also. Because only the afflicted Mars have the capacity to create such kind of problems into your own life. Apart from this thing, Mars is also a very good goal setter in this particular area. Goal setter means like Mars is going to be setting one goal, and then Mars will try its hard energy to actually achieve or accomplish that goal by any means possible. It may be by using some fair or unfair tactics at the same time, because it's a brutal energy. Okay, Mars is not a planet which is differentiating more in terms of whether it's a black money or it's a white money. For Mars, money is the money actually. Now if for example your partner is having maybe benefics in the 11th house and you are having malefic, then this can also create a lot of fighting between you and your partner, because here one person is going to be becoming more ethical in terms of obtaining money, whereas other person might going to be becoming non-ethical also, because Mars don't know up to what extent I need to set boundaries. Mars energy is like that, okay, if I have set one goal, I am going to achieve it. And this is the simple house of desire. If the person is going to be having a desire of maybe traveling all across the globe and Mars in the 11th house, that person will do it by any means possible. Okay, except Drid karma. Drid mean which are fixed, like you cannot change your parents, your family, whatever the free will which is present in any human being's life. Mars in the 11th house have the capacity to take the proper utilization of that particular thing. Mars in the 11th also represents the combined business operation between husband and wife, and what kind of fruits which you are going to be receiving out of that combined business operation. It's also excellent placement in order for you to go into the field of real estate, hotel industry, restaurant business, anything related to liquor industry, okay, whiskey, wine, these kind of a thing. The more malefic activities are going to be, the more this Mars have the capacity to give you good results. So I hope you have gained some deep insights with regards to Mars placement in this video with me. If you are having any queries and consultations, you can just drop me an email. Any marriage, career, spiritual or even business consultation, do let me know. I will try my best to get back to you as soon as possible. Make sure to subscribe my channel below, hit the like button if you really enjoyed this video. And if you found the hidden message behind this video, you can contribute me by sending super thanks to my work also, because any small contribution from your side will help me to create more such content over the YouTube platform. And I'm going to meet you very, very soon in the next video. Till then, bye-bye and Hare Krishna.